And we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fresh Air Podcast, man. We're here with special guest Stirling Cooper back in the house. Came all the way from Spain. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
All right, we're live. What's up, guys? Welcome to Fresh Air Podcast, man. Regular edition. It's Wednesday, as you guys know. Red Pill Wednesday, but we're here with a special guest, man.
Stirling Cooper.
Welcome back to the show, bro. It's been a minute.
Well, it's good to be back. Good to be back in America. Good to be back with you boys. Good to be back in Miami. You know, every now and then I miss this place.
Yeah.
You know, especially because I don't see you guys too much.
Good times, good times.
It's always good times.
When's the last time you were here, man?
Wasn't it like, because I've been into this studio, but it was like over a year.
It's been over a year.
It's got to be over a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's better, Florida or Spain?
Bro, Spain.
Marbella?
Bro, Spain's way better. Sorry, guys. I know you love Miami. I know you love Florida.
No, I mean, we want to hear. So tell us how it's better in your opinion.
So like,
Plus the negatives.
Yeah, I'll give you the negatives. So like, I've been living in like Marbella, Spain, south of Spain, for about roughly 2-ish years now, and it's kind of like that particular place is kind of like a Dubai.
Yep.
But it's like 1/10 of the population, and it's just the best driving roads on earth around it. Like within 10 minutes of Marbella, you got like all these mountains and stuff, windy roads. The Spanish take care of the roads because it's like a socialist government, so the roads are perfect.
Yep.
There's no cops on them. There's no speed cameras on them. You have a lot of fun with the kind of cars that this guy likes to drive.
Ferrari as well.
Bro, yeah. I ripped that Ferrari through those mountains every weekend, man. Every weekend.
Nice.
Yeah, great restaurants and lots of stuff. Lots of expats, like loads of English people out there, loads of Scandinavian people out there. Actually, not many Spanish, oddly enough. Like that little place, Marbella.
It's like Dubai, 90% expatriates, pretty much.
It's exactly like that.
Yeah.
It's exactly like that. Now, tax-wise, terrible.
Okay.
But they've got a thing called in Marbella, or in Spain, they've got a thing called the Beckham Law, where like if you're a foreigner, your foreign earned income is like not taxable, basically.
That's not bad.
It was based around.
Okay, so they don't tax you on American dollars earned.
Well, like yeah, if your income is outside of Spain, you're good.
Okay.
Like it was based upon they had a big famous football star, David Beckham. Like he moved there when he was he must have been playing for like an English club at the time, and so his lawyers literally like had a rule built for him. So
and then they've been able to kind of push it out to everybody else.
Yeah, pretty much.
So American citizens there pay American taxes, not Spanish taxes.
I mean, you guys pay taxes wherever you go anyway, so
This is true.
you can't really
escape
avoid
Uncle
that.
Sam.
Yeah, you can't escape it, man.
You can't escape.
Even I can't escape it.
How's dating in Marbella, Spain?
It's kind of like dating here, but it's seasonal. Because like everyone comes there for like 4 months in the middle of the year, so it's just packed. Like it's loads of beach clubs and stuff. Everyone's just walking around in bikinis and whatnot.
What are you talking, springtime or?
Yeah, so like May, June, July, August.
So that's high season for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then it's just, but there's no like it's like a beach town. There's no like high rises and stuff.
Okay.
So it's just everyone's walking around, beach clubs, chilling out, getting boozy. Lots of English girls coming around, lots of Scandinavian girls coming around. So the 4 months, it's kind of like. It's like as busy as Miami, but it's just overloaded with women.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Yeah.
Probably safer too, huh?
Bro, way safer. It's actually, well, it's kind of safe because like it's actually where a lot of the like drug lords and criminals actually have homes there. But they're the guys at the top of the totem pole. So like no one screws
I saw
around.
like one of the top guys for Hell's Angels was out there.
Yeah.
Not too long ago.
Yeah, you get some big Russian guys out there too.
Yeah.
Like, so no one really fucks about. There's no like, street crime or like, you can wear a nice watch, you can have a good time. Yeah, you're not
Unlike London.
Unlike London, yeah.
where you get stabbed.
I don't wear this in London, that's for sure.
Yeah.
They follow you from the airport, man. That's what they clock you in London.
Yeah, I always dress down in London like a complete bum whenever I fly in. I was just in London, just in Scotland as well. I get recognised in Scotland of all places.
Really?
Yeah, don't know why. Yeah,
That's different. It's been a while though, man. I know you were covering how guys can become better in the bedroom, all that fun stuff.
All that fun
You still
stuff.
do that stuff?
I still do that stuff, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, your assistant back here. What's his name? He was saying one of his friends is a student of mine having some success.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, curry powder.
Curry power, bro. I look after all the boys.
Yeah, I guess so, man.
All races, all creeds, all colors. I got you guys.
Oh yeah, I mean we all deal with the same BS, right?
It's all the same machinery downstairs.
It is.
You know,
it is, regardless of skin color. This is very, very true. So you've been in Spain, helping guys out with, obviously their performance. Can you give the people, because we know who you are, but it's been a while since you've been on here, bro. Some people here might not be familiar with who you are. Can you introduce yourself real quick to people in your professional background, what you used to do?
I mean, I'm actually on the intro reel. I spotted me like twice. I'm like, nice. So I used to be a porn star. For those who are not familiar with me, shot porn for like 5 years here in the US. Got out of it in like 2020, right about the same time these guys started the show. Was when I got out of it.
I remember you were
Started my own YouTube channel, started teaching guys how to fix problems in a bedroom, how to get over like erectile dysfunction, premature ejaculation, performance anxiety, these kind of things, and how to, dick their girl down properly, stop her from, getting a bit moody when she hasn't had, enough O's here and there.
Proper.
Yeah. And we saving marriages, bro. I'm saving. I'm no joke, and I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet too much, but we are literally saving marriages with just flipping that dynamic on its head, letting them know how to please her properly in the bedroom, letting them teach them how to be a bit more dominant, giving her what she really wants, like subconsciously.
Yeah.
When it comes to the bedroom, and it's fixing, guys.
What are the top 3 problems you would say that men from the thousands of guys that you help? What are the top 3 problems that most guys deal with when it comes to that?
The 3 ones that I get asked the most about would probably be premature ejaculation. That's one. Okay. That's a big one. Helping them last a bit longer. I would also say, like they understand that they need to be or they want to be more dominant in the bedroom, but they're kind of afraid.
Okay.
They're especially because of all the Me Too stuff that's happened in the last several years. Like guys have this wrong impression about what it means to kind of be more dominant in the bedroom. They think it's something that's not. They think it's like I have to be disrespectful or degrading or like super like heavy-handed with her, and it's not really the case. There's a lot more psychologically to it, and then on top of that, like, bro, porn addiction. Things like porn-induced erectile dysfunction is a big one. Yeah, and I'm like I said, I used to be in porn, but ever since I got out of it, I've just been telling guys like, don't consume that shit. You know what? Because I'm glad that you're here, because we've talked about like porn addiction and how ubiquitous porn is nowadays in modern society. How much of a problem I mean, because you used to be in the industry, then you got out, now you're kind of able to look at it from a bird's eye view. Like, can you tell us a little bit about this porn addiction and why it's so problematic and how guys can get over it? Yeah, I mean, it's like a dopamine problem. I mean, you look at it evolutionarily, right? A guy is not meant to see endless titties without actually doing any work to get it, So there's that problem. I think you can't lie to your body. Your body knows when you didn't earn that woman. It's the same. It's actually the same with guys who like just buy prostitutes all the time. They develop this like weird complex around it. They have to just do it again and again and again because their self-esteem is so through the floor because they know their own body knows like you didn't earn that girl.
Damn.
But porn addiction is kind of like that. Like big dopamine problem. It's similar to like guys who obsessively drink, guys who obsessively, consume sugar, who watch loads of TikTok. It produces the same probably like neurochemical problems, but they just get hooked on that shit. And the big thing that no one ever really talks about is being in a sexually aroused state of mind is actually like a hypnotically suggestive state.
Okay.
So if you're sitting there fapping to like another dude banging a woman, you're actually programming your subconscious to get off to the idea of watching someone else have sex rather than participating. And this is where we end up with dudes who are cucks, who are into like wife swapping, hot wifing, swinging, all that sort of stuff. Like it all comes from this.
Would you say so? You would say like pornography has been one of the main stimulants for the creation of this whole weird subgenre of people where they're like, watching. Okay.
Oh, completely. And like you notice how like a lot more, even you guys cover this a lot more like big streamers and celebrities and things like that. They're more open to like this idea of dating a girl who's like an OnlyFans model, or dating a girl who might even be like sleeping with other people behind his back. Like, and like the only way I can explain that change in male psychology is just obsessive porn use.
I mean, they even say some of them are their biggest like fans. Like they've been watching them from since they were a kid. And I'm like, whoa, that's kind of like wild.
Yeah, and it's like they create this obsession with that one particular woman because they've just seen her in kind of the same way that like a guy who's a mad sports fan is obsessed with, this basketball player or this football player or whatever. He's obsessed with that particular porn star because all he's been doing is just fapping to her non-stop.
Damn, that's scary.
It is scary, man. Like, people don't take it as serious as they should. Like, it's like people will make the argument, okay, yeah, it can't be that bad, like consuming a little bit of porn here and there. Yeah, sure, you're right. But you've got to realize where it's going to go. Where it can end. And I think especially now, because there's like there's a dating crisis, like there's a lot of young guys who aren't getting any, they struggle to find a girlfriend and stuff. What are they going to do? They're going to turn to like porn, and then they're going to end up on this sort of like this downward spiral where eventually they might end up, being a cuck.
Damn.
Yeah, it's rough.
I've never thought about it that pornography has led to the mass cucking of so many different men. I never thought of it that way, but that makes sense. Like, hey, if you're comfortable looking at this, through your phone, you probably are going to get to a point where if you watch enough, you're going to want to see it in front of you, maybe with someone that you look at as a partner. And it's always been where men used to have a serious problem with their girl, like doing anything that would be, it's 304 activity or being a whore. But now it's like, yeah, we completely accept female promiscuity in today's society.
Is there ever a time when it's okay to watch?
I mean, you have a dry spell every now and then, sure. I actually think like if there was like a safe version of porn, it would probably be like stuff that you film with your missus.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's you, and you're just because you're reliving like a moment.
Yeah,
it's obviously got to be consensual and whatnot.
Yeah.
Unlike Mr. Harry Sisson.
Oh yeah.
Yo! Shots fired.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll cover that later.
I talked about that earlier today. It was very interesting to see that happening, man. Which, I don't want to say I told you so, but it is what it is.
All of the Trump haters, man, are going down one by one.
It's funny that I love what I'm saying. This is my first time back in the US for several months since Trump got elected, and it's interesting seeing the shift like around the whole world. Like Europe's paying attention to it. In Australia right now, we've got this guy, a billionaire called Clive Palmer.
Okay.
And he had a political party. He wants to be the Australian Trump, but he just hasn't got the gravitas.
Okay.
So all he does is just throws a bunch of money behind like some political party, and he created a brand new party called it's called Trumpet of Patriots. Silliest name ever. Yeah. But he's just trying to be like and he keeps throwing out phrases like "Make Australia Great Again" and stuff. Like he's just trying to copy paste the Trump effect. And you can't. And I'm seeing other politicians in like Germany try to do the same thing. You can't copy it. Like you've got to have gravitas. There's a reason why Trump was so successful.
Yeah.
And you just can't like copy a slogan.
And I think it's important that people know that like the Trump that became famous was the old Trump from 2015.
Yeah.
Where he was saying "fuck donors, I don't need them. I'm gonna say and do what I want to do." That was like the Trump that everyone like kind of fell in love with, but like this new Trump is a bit more watered down and a bit more liberal. But I get it. You need to do what he needed to do to get in the White House.
But I also think he's got a chip on his shoulder. He's got an agenda. Like they try to put him away.
Yeah.
And then they try to kill him.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
Like you gotta come in with an agenda.
Yeah.
I'm more excited about the fact that he's got Elon and RFK Jr.
Yeah.
Those are the ones I'm actually more excited about what those guys are going to do than Trump per se. Like I like his appointments.
Yeah, no, it's very with the whole thing with Trump, I've said it before. If he didn't win this election, he'd be in prison right now. Like
completely.
They were going after him. He was indicted in 4 different jurisdictions, 2 federal cases, 2 state cases. So like this was do or die. So I get it. Like I'm not even mad at him for campaigning the way that he did or some of the policies he adapted, which might have conflicted with prior policies.
Yeah.
Because if he didn't get it this time, it was
Yeah, it's game over.
It would have been bad. Yeah.
Do you think we're going to see Barron Trump running?
I don't know.
You don't think we'll see it?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't know. Maybe in the future.
Yeah.
But yeah. But no, I like well with that situation, RFK, I like RFK too. I don't know why he aligns with Rabbi Shmuley, man. That's the thing. I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
Does he?
Yeah, dude, yeah.
It's ironic.
Waving Israeli flags and shit. Especially now that we know
that
they were involved in killing his uncle.
Jesus. Or maybe what do you call that?
The info came out
Isn't
yesterday.
it trauma bonding?
Yeah.
Isn't that a thing?
The info came out yesterday. It's all there. The declassified CIA documents literally prove that they had redacted a bunch of the stuff because Israeli intelligence being involved.
I did see that screenshot.
Yeah,
I did see that screenshot. Floating around on Twitter. Yeah.
So that stuff came out yesterday. They're still declassifying more stuff, but
it's a lot of pages.
It's
a lot of pages.
Yeah, it's like 80,000.
How many have you read?
I went through a good amount yesterday on stream.
Yeah.
I did like an 8-hour stream yesterday where I went over it and I brought a couple of guys that are like, professional JFK researchers. Like they do this for years. And, we had been saying this for a while, that a big part of the reason why they haven't declassified these documents yet was because of Israel's involvement. And, we pretty much got vindicated yesterday because everyone says, oh, you got conspiracy theorists. Ah.
Yeah.
But, people had alluded to it. I've seen like people like Candace Owens, Ian Carroll go on big podcasts and allude to it. But now, it's there. It's finally there. Now you can see James Angleton, right, was a big part of it, right? Because he was a very, he pretty much oversaw all the intel programs that were aligned with the Israeli intelligence services. And he only reported to one person, which was Alan Dulles, the head of the CIA. So everything that he didn't have to report to anyone except for the director directly. So he was working very closely with the Israeli intelligence agencies, and bam.
Damn.
So
bam, literally.
Yeah, for real. So yeah, man. But that's why I was always confused with RFK and his alignment with them, because I was like, bro, like, whatever. But it's a whole other conversation.
I mean, I think if like right now, I think Elon has a greater chance of like being assassinated than Trump does, with all the Doge stuff he's doing.
Well, yeah, they're definitely like attacking Teslas everywhere.
Yeah,
stock is down.
What is up with that?
Stock is down.
Well, they're trying to nuke a stock. Like they got people running around carving swastikas
burning
and
Teslas.
Burning Teslas and stuff. Wasn't this like? Isn't that like? It's like the environmentally friendly car, and now you're setting it on fire. Doesn't that defeat the purpose?
And it's kind of funny because Elon's not even really a conservative.
No,
at all.
No,
he's actually a liberal.
Yeah.
Like, because this is why I got in trouble on Twitter. Actually, was because like Elon Musk is very pro H-1B visa.
Yeah.
And I was being critical of the H-1B visa, saying it's problematic, but he's pro H-1B visa because that's how he came to the United States.
Yes.
But the H-1B visa is basically a scam visa that's used to like bring in cheap labor for tech companies. And I said this, and I was criticizing him and Vivek Ramaswamy, and like, boom, next thing I know, my blue check is gone.
Right.
Right. And, they censored me on X for that. But, it is what it is. Like, the truth is that it's a visa that's widely exploited by foreign nationals, especially from India, to come here and get cheap labor. And there's many other things as well with the immigration system that we have that's broken. But yeah, he's a liberal, man. So I find it funny that like these progressives are like bombing Teslas and everything else like that. Like if I'm not mistaken, I think he voted for Hillary in 2016.
Right.
And probably maybe even Biden in 2020. Who knows? But he kind of changes it. Once Trump survived that first assassination attempt in Butler, Pennsylvania, he rallied behind him.
Yeah. Didn't Elon go around like and get the Amish to vote and stuff? That's what I heard. I heard he went to Amish communities and like convinced them to come out.
Yes, him and a dude named Scott Presler.
Right.
They were big in getting the Amish to get out there.
But isn't it funny like how quickly like liberals will
Which one in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, exactly. Which one in Pennsylvania?
In Ohio.
Isn't it funny though that how quickly liberals will like eat their own?
Dude, it's hilarious. They're doing it right now.
They're
doing it right now with Sisson.
Did it to Joe Rogan.
Yep.
Elon doing it to Harry Sisson right now, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Because they're like, come join the dark side, Harry.
Yeah.
Like we'll look after you. Like we're the guys who've been trying to tell you, like, like this like we're the ones who are cool with you, like texting multiple women.
Yeah.
but he would shit on you, shit on me, shit on Fresh or whatever.
Yeah.
Because we're like meanie right wing guys or whatever.
Well, and it's funny because if you open up his Twitter, Bills, could we pull up his Twitter real quick? Let me show you how much of a fucking hypocrite this guy is. And this is, since we're on this topic, I'll talk about it real quick. Like, liberal guys, yeah, it's Harry Sisson on Twitter. Yeah. Liberal guys like him, Hassan Piker, etc., like, they have this agenda to, like, Dean Withers to appeal to women, but the reality is, like, they're just like us. They want to get laid. They want to get their D sucked. They want to, deal with women and womanize. They just go about it in a different way. They go about it by saying, oh, yeah, women are champions, all this other bullshit. But it's like, bro, they do the same shit we do and believe the same shit we do. They just lie about their intentions.
Well, it's also like you give a guy like any kind of celebrity status or notoriety, he's going to have women sliding in his DMs.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like...
Especially someone like with like a big TikTok following like him. These guys are bigger on TikTok. These soy boys, they're big on TikTok, not big on YouTube and other platforms like that. But, on TikTok, you can exist as a liberal. You can't really exist on TikTok as a conservative.
Right.
And look, this is shit that's been, it's fucking hilarious. America failed women tonight. Trump bullied, assaulted, and stripped reproductive rights away from women all across the country. And instead of standing against it, many voted for it. We have failed our daughters, mothers, and sisters. And he's had that pin there since November 6th.
What has he done? More than that.
Yeah, it's isn't it funny how like a lot of like liberal arguments come down to like a one issue voter?
Yes.
Like it always seems to come down to like abortion, like women's
when women
reproductive
vote,
rights.
This is chronically what they do. They're single issue voters.
Yeah.
And it almost always goes, I'm going to lean on whoever gives women more reproductive rights.
Yeah. Doesn't that seem like? And we saw that argument back in 2016. Like, oh, Trump's going to take away reproductive rights. Didn't happen.
Yeah.
Like it didn't happen. But they try to play the
It's not
same.
true. He just made it a state thing.
Yeah.
Blame your governors.
Exactly. Like it's states' rights stuff.
And honestly, women shouldn't vote anyway. I mean, we need to repeal the 19th Amendment because they're single issue voters. And my thing is, I've always said this, I don't think you should have the ability to pick the commander-in-chief that could put us in war when you don't have skin in the game when it comes to war. Women don't have to participate in the selective service.
Right.
So if you don't have to participate in the selective service, I find it ridiculous that you have the authority to pick the commander-in-chief, but you don't have the responsibility of serving the military. Right? And also on top of that, I think like military standards should be, for the strongest and most capable, not just, this DEI and let's just get women in or let's lower the standards so that we can get women in. I'm not a fan of that either. So I don't think women should be in the military. I don't think they should be police officers. I don't think they should be in any of these types of services where they're in their stature and their size directly affects their colleagues, right? Because if you're a cop and you're going in with a woman and she's your backup, well, let's be honest here. You're not going to have the same strong backup as if you had another capable guy there. So I think it's crazy that we want to go ahead and make people feel good. Feels before reals. Oh yeah, let's give women the opportunity to serve in the military, serve as police officers. But then what are we doing? We're compromising the other people in that service who now they have a less competent partner that can assist them.
Yeah. Also, we've seen videos of them like actually in combat getting attacked by men randomly and losing. So to protect them as well, they should be off duty.
I've seen videos of like, one dude beating up 3 female cops, or they're able to run and the women can't catch them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like the guy is fighting the guy and the woman can't do shit. Like it's just ridiculous. Like we're over here giving women the ability to go into these job fields, and what we're not understanding is that we're putting the men in danger that work alongside them.
Right. I don't think it's women's role in society to like defend men. I think it's the man's role to defend women. You know what I mean? Like, like take away.
We're doing this for their own good. Goddammit.
Well, like take away the competency argument you just made there. Like, irrespective of all that, I just don't think it's like I don't want to have women putting their life on the line.
Yeah.
For my safety, I don't like. It's not your role.
Agreed.
It's my role to like take that hit. You know, as a guy. I saw a video on Twitter today. Like, yeah, immigrant guy like chasing like a British police officer down, like who was a woman in the middle of a crowd of people, and he's just sitting there like chasing her down, intimidating her, and all she can do is run away. Like safe. He's like twice her size. What's he gonna do? Like, or what's she gonna do rather? It's like the emperor's. What's that old tale? Like the emperor's got the emperor's new clothes, where he's like completely naked and everyone's just lying to him.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. It's like why are we like pretending that women are as physically capable as a guy is, like women are as physically intimidating as a guy is. Mm-hmm. Like if we want them to be like police officers and soldiers and things, they're just not. And it's like no one benefits from this. Nobody.
And something that's very interesting. Speaking of the Trump campaign, him and JD Vance campaigned on common sense, right?
Right.
Like if we've gotten to a point now where you need to campaign saying we're campaigning on common sense, that should tell you how far left we've gone. And then Pete Hegseth, the current Secretary of Defense, right, despite the controversies with him, he had a good stance. He's like, look, I don't think women should be in certain roles in the military. And that was considered controversial. They tried to run him up the flagpole when he did his Senate confirmation on that. And it's true. Like, look, if women want to serve in the military, serve in police departments, cool. You know what? One standard, you need to do the same exact stuff that the man can do. And if you can pass, then cool, you should get the job. But lowering standards to let women come in, for affirmative action or DEI or to be inclusive, I think that's a bunch of bullshit, man. We need to put the best people in.
Yeah, completely. It's people are going to get hurt. I mean, you look at Ukraine right now, like bro.
Yeah.
I've seen some videos of like women on the front lines. I don't know if I believe that. I think a lot of that is probably just propaganda.
Well, the women are partying in the clubs
because they're all partying in Poland.
Yeah.
I know, because I know guys who are partying with them.
Yep. Coming to Miami.
Or they're coming to Miami, or they're going to Dubai.
Yeah.
Like all the women fled the country.
Yep.
Like the Ukrainians didn't like try to draft all the women. because they know they're actually going to war.
Yep.
They're actually going to be in a trench.
Yep.
You know, and I think America's had it so good for so long. America's had such a strong military presence over the entire world.
And we're kind of isolated. We have our own. We're in our own hemisphere over here, so we don't have to deal with a lot of the stuff. The oceans actually help us quite a bit.
Oh, no one's going to invade America ever.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
Like you can't geographically, you can't do it. You know, but it's like, okay, well, if you want to still be the world police and enforce the American world order, that shit's going to start to crumble if you have if you impose and you're putting in policies like DEI and stuff everywhere. It's just not going to work. The Chinese know it's not going to work. The Chinese are going to start flexing their muscle.
Yep.
You know, I think in our lifetime, we'll see some kind of a conflict around Taiwan between the US and the Chinese. I think that's coming pretty soon.
Well, I mean, if he keeps escalating in the Middle East, we might see it sooner than expected.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You know, Israel might literally drag us into a world war here.
Why did he bomb Yemen the other day? Was there a reason why?
Yeah. So basically, there's two main reasons. Number one, it's run by the Houthis, who are an enemy of Israel.
Okay.
And then number two, because they would board these ships and pretty much derail commerce. And,
like pirates, right?
Yeah, they basically attack the ships.
Like your Somalian brothers.
Exactly, but the Arab ones. So yeah.
Real pirates.
But yeah, the real pirates.
They're taking your job, Myron.
Yeah, dude, it sucks. It blows, man. These guys are making us all look bad. But all jokes aside, yeah. So they'd board these ships, which obviously affects commerce a lot. So that is why Trump bombed them, to kind of send a message. And then I find it interesting that he did it as Israel was ending their ceasefire. So it was definitely coordinated. He bombed them on Saturday. Israel started bombing Gaza again, literally a couple hours after the fact. Huh. So, yeah, I mean, the war is definitely reigniting. And the thing is that the Houthis had stopped boarding the ships and, sending missiles into Israel when the ceasefire was going on, because their contingency is, hey, as long as the IDF isn't in Gaza and killing people, we're not going to go ahead and board ships or send missiles into Israel. But then once the war, ceasefire ended, then they started doing it again. That's why Trump, I think, preemptively hit them with a strike.
Got it. Right.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah. Very, very interesting. But yeah, man, I mean, basically after October 7th, Israel's kind of used this as an excuse to, number one, keep Netanyahu from dealing with, consequences in his corruption trial and his bribery trial, and then wage war in the whole Middle East.
Before October 7th, weren't the Israeli people kind of protesting against him, trying to get him out of power? Yeah,
he was literally in the middle of a corruption trial.
Yeah, I thought I heard that. Yeah,
he was literally right in the middle of a corruption trial, and then this thing happens, and boom, they pretty much suspended the trial, and he's got ultimate executive power, I guess. He fired the director of Shin Bet 2 days ago, which is their equivalent of FBI. He got rid of Yoav Gallant, who's Secretary, Minister of the Defense. So, he's got the utmost power. No one could really tell him anything.
Interesting.
Yeah. Chats?
Yep.
Let's see. Let's see here. We got
32C Money. Hey, Sensei Sterling. Thanks so much for all the tips on relationships and personal growth. Your YouTube videos have been incredibly helpful, and I feel more confident in my masculinity because of your guidance. I really appreciate everything you're doing. Cheers.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate that.
Who's next? Well, Brooks, shout out to Stirling Cooper. He's the GOAT. Been applying a lot of the methods he teaches, and I have to say, this man doesn't miss. Keep up the great work, WFNF. W. Stirling Cooper.
Thank you.
You know it, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Good stuff.
That's it?
Lots of love.
All right, cool.
So we want to bring up Harry?
Sure.
Him?
Sure. Yeah.
So it's going on Twitter. But basically, he was caught asking for photos from multiple women. And it's very, I want to say, not safe for YouTube photos. So here's
he got nudes from him.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. A bunch of them, actually, which is kind of funny for his stance on certain things. Here's the first one that we have from Twitter. All right, he convinced 11 different girls that he had no roster and respected them for more than their bodies, while persuading them to send explicit photos of themselves through Snapchat, including one from a domestic abuse survivor. Bro. What the heck, dude? And then this is some of his replies as well here. When the women discovered each other one by one, he called them all insane and attempted to coerce one of them into telling the public that the photos were fake. I requested a reader set political differences to the side. I believe both sides of the aisle can agree that this is unacceptable behavior from a man, Chow, with collectively over 2 million followers. And here's the thread here with the first receipt. He said, "Damn, you're sexy." She said, "Please stop, don't." He said, "I fuck you raw after wine tasting, but that's just me."
that's gonna be like everyone's Tinder opener for the next week.
Yeah, it really will be.
And this is
That's him talking with his
I
buddy.
don't read on live. Yeah, I saw about this. Like actually lunatics. Like genuinely,
Call
they
him
are.
lunatics.
This individual in question is insane.
Wait, who is that?
And so, I'll send. Yeah, I can share with Chris. I'll send a screenshot. Yeah, no, like legitimately, Chris and I have been talking about this for days now.
Uh-oh.
This individual
Wait,
is
who?
fucking crazy.
Wait,
bro.
what?
If you want to support the live,
Bro,
it's an
that
incredible
bro.
matches. I'm saying, dude. I am saying.
See, behind the scenes, they talk just like us.
No.
Oh, she's
You-
fucking
you be
crazy,
good at that,
dude.
bro.
Like,
That's what I'm saying.
You
See-
be safe.
and this is what I think Rollo Tomasi would call Vici males. Guys that like kind of lie about their intentions. And that's the big reason why these girls like got so mad, because he was like, oh yeah, you're like wife material or whatever. Right?
Yeah.
And sells them a dream, which, look, man, a lot of guys lie to bitches, man. Fresh, you're pro at this. How do you do it?
You're perfect.
well, I realize it's not good to do that path. And honestly speaking, honestly, bro, I prefer to just have one girl. I think it's better that way, especially nowadays.
What happened to you, Fresh? What'd you?
A lot's happened, bro. I've been.
Is this somebody else? Is
I've been
Fresh
attacked.
been replaced by
I've
like
been
a
attacked
doppelganger?
by,
I believe him.
it's people online. I feel like I've felt the pressure. I need to just be free,
Yes.
But no, I think this path leads to destruction, because at some point what's gonna happen is, especially what he's doing the opposite. He's saying one thing online, but then behind closed doors he's doing the opposite, which means when he gets called out for it, it's way more effective.
Bro, I knew a bunch of guys like this when I was living in LA.
Yeah.
They're all like this. They're all like rah rah, like women's rights, rah rah, feminism, like to the public, and then like behind closed doors, they're all DMing multiple girls.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, he's trying to play this sneaky fucker kind of game.
Yep.
Where he's like just straight up like lying to him. And the irony is, right, you put like take a guy like Justin Baller who would say to all these women, oh yeah, I've got like a wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
He would be honest. And a guy like Harry Sisson would look at Justin and be like, oh, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
irony of the whole thing. Where
He has guys like us, like toxic alpha males, is what
right,
they
like
normally call us.
he doesn't have the balls to like back up his own like horniness.
Yeah.
Is what it really is.
Yeah.
Like, and you see it now, and it's so ironic that all these women are now piling on him, and you wonder why guys are afraid of like texting a woman. Like, I've seen so many stories like this where, like, especially on Snapchat for some reason, where guys will like,
Right, because that's how they get exposed. They're exposing him for that.
They'll get screenshots of the dude's Snapchat where he's like acting kind of thirsty.
Yeah.
And they'll just start laughing at him. And it's like, bro, you don't like. I stay away from Snapchat, man. Stay away from that shit.
yeah, we
Like,
don't use it.
you're not like, stay away from asking for nudes in general.
Yeah.
Like, there's like, let her voluntarily send the nude. There's no planet where, like, there's no universe where asking for nudes is going to end well.
Yeah.
I don't think.
have a
Especially
question.
if you're a celebrity.
And a bunch of these chicks actually sent it because they're
Yeah.
idiots. But
As a guy in the industry, does anyone ever really ask for nudes, or
Bro.
you just meet up?
I never get asked for nudes. I've never sent a nude.
Facts.
I don't send nudes. And I'm the guy who's professional nude taker.
Yeah.
And I didn't even send
It's
him.
kind of weird, man. Why are you asking for nudes, bro? Like, are you gonna see the girl eventually? Like, what are you so worried about? You
Well,
don't
it's because he's thirsty.
need-
He's
I'm about
thirsty,
to say,
bro. Like,
well,
it's-
one chick I think he did it to blackmail. He was running the Epstein fucking game because one girl was like saying like how she didn't like what he said.
Yeah.
And he was like, look, if you want to be cool, whatever, just send me a nude or whatever. So I think he was using it also kind of as like leverage, like like, hey, if you try to come at me, I got these fucking nudes of you. But the thing is, I find it funny because a lot of these women are complaining, right? They'll complain and say, oh, look, he manipulated me. He's an asshole. He lied to me, whatever. But, bitch, you sent the nudes. Like, you're an adult. You're a consenting adult. You made a bad decision, right? And now you don't like the consequences. And I was saying this earlier on my stream, like, women want the authority and power and privilege of men, but they want the responsibility of fucking children. And they never want to, like, just hold the L and just take the fact that, like, you made a conscious decision, right? Feminism gave you this ability to do this, but you don't want to deal with the consequences. A lot of these Me Too allegations also, we know it. It's bullshit. They consented at that time. Then they want to withdraw consent after the fact and say, oh, no, I feel like I was sexually assaulted. We've seen it happen to Trump. We've seen it happen to Johnny Depp, right? With Amber Turd.
Chris Brown. Who
Like,
else?
these women end up, is it really rape or is it regret? I think a lot of it is regret because they didn't get, we've seen it happen with Andrew Tate.
Money.
They didn't get the money,
Fame.
the fame,
Yeah.
the attention that they wanted,
Yeah.
or they feel like they were slighted, like in this case with Harry, where he said, you're the only girl I'm talking to. And, and I was saying this earlier too, like most women aren't used to taking L's from men. Most women are the ones that are in a position where the guy's chasing them. They're getting all the validation. They have the upper hand. They're able to extract resources and time from this guy and dates, while the guy's not getting anything in return. More women have men in the friend zone versus men having women in the sex zone. So women aren't used to taking L's at the hand of a man. So since he was able to basically fool a lot of them, get nudes, sex, access to them without necessarily committing, a lot of them feel slighted. So now they're going to the internet and doing the only thing that they can do, which is try to tarnish his name publicly, because women aren't used to taking L's when it comes to the adversarial relationship between men and women.
Let's not forget, like, I guarantee all of these women have a bunch of dudes in the friend zone in their DMs.
Yep.
That they're stringing along. There's at least one in every single one of their DMs who is trying to slip it in, but she's just stringing him along for like attention or validation or whatever. Like it's a guarantee.
Also,
if she's a pretty girl.
Let's be real here. Those notes that they sent to Harry, I guarantee you, some of them sent it to somebody else as well. So it's not only Harry that's getting nudes. But again, if you're lying online saying you want to protect women and not have their business out there, you're doing the opposite behind closed doors. So
it's also a bit ignorant. Like you're gonna slide in the DMs of a guy who's clearly like an online celebrity, and you don't think he's talking to any other women at all.
Delusion at
really,
best, bro.
It's like you're convincing. Like the very fact that they had to ask the question, like, are you exclusive? Are you talking to anybody else? Am I the only one? Are you single or whatever? Like they already knew the answer. It's like, why? You already know he's got more than one woman in his DMs.
Yeah.
Because you're a woman.
Yeah.
And you're not a celebrity. And you've got more than one guy in your DMs, so you know he's got them.
Yeah.
So it's like, you already know the answer to this question, but you just want to ask it because you want to have this, you want to like live in this little fantasy world where you can get that guy exclusively to yourself and no other woman has access to him. And it's like, man, I like, as much as I disagree with Harry's politics, I feel sorry for the guy in this regard.
Yeah. I think it's funny. I'm laughing at these stupid ass hoes like getting all mad and, well, he played me. It's like, bitch, you've been doing this for years. Like you like, again, women don't like it when men play their game back on them. They really dislike it because they're doing the same. He's doing the same shit that you do. Because like, let's be honest here. Everything about female nature is a lie. They wear makeup. You don't know when they're on their period. They don't really show attention like that to you. They play hard to get. You don't really know where they stand from an interest level perspective. Like everything about women is, enshrouded in feminine mystique, right? And this is why so many guys have a difficult time understanding women because, a lot of the things that they do are subversive and, you wouldn't know. They're surreptitious. So when a guy plays their game back at them and beats them to it, they don't know how to react. They really don't know how to react. So this is why, they say hell hath no fear like a woman scorn. It's because if you play their game back on them, they don't know how to adapt to that.
Yeah.
Right? When you play the game back. So,
and it's kind of funny that it's experiences like this, which is what takes a guy and sends him down like the red pill rabbit hole. Mm-hmm. And I would not be shocked if he started going to the gym after this, he would turn right wing.
Probably.
Like, because it's like, think about it. Like he's getting his first kind of like dose of like true female nature.
Yeah.
Like hardcore. Like it's like 10 out of 10. Like he's playing like top difficulty
You're coming
level
for his neck.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, I defended you. I was the nice male feminist. And he's like, no, bro. It doesn't matter. It's like sisterhood uber alles. Like they're coming after you, bro.
Yep.
None of these women that you were defending are in your corner. And like that's gonna take like. He's either going to have to spend the rest of his life in like this weird like apologetic denial situation, or he's going to like get red pilled.
Yeah.
Like he might stumble across a Fresh and Fit podcast.
This is why, this is why it's just better to be authentic. You know what I mean? Like it really truly is better to be authentic because shit like this pops off, right? And you've been having this facade for a while and, your audience, they're not... Now they're not going to like you. They're not going to trust. They're going to look at you as a womanizer, right?
Yeah.
Versus if you had just been honest from the beginning, you would have been good. But this is the thing. I've said this before. I'll say it again. Being a liberal is far more profitable and safe than being a conservative. Yeah. If you're a liberal, you can exist on every platform without being banned. Yeah. Like these guys, Dean Withers, Harry Sisson, like these guys have never dealt with actual censorship. You don't get censored when you're on the left, right? If you want to talk about pro-gay rights or women having, all the rights, or you want to talk about, being able to kill babies through abortion or whatever, no one's going to censor you. They don't care, right? There's a reason why like TikTok, you look at these liberals, they have huge followings, but anyone that's conservative, they fucking censor immediately, right? Twitch, same thing. I can't think of any real big right-wing conservative political commentators on Twitch.
None.
But Hassan Piker's on there despite the fact that he plays Houthi fucking propaganda videos, right? Conservatives even on YouTube, we get censored way more than people on the left, right? Crowder's been demonetized. We've been demonetized. Pearl's been demonetized. Dan Bongino got banned, right? Matt Walsh got demonetized at one point with the Daily Wire. So conservatives always deal with censorship way more than liberals do. So if you want to make money, yeah, being a liberal is the way to go. But it's not authentic. And then when shit like this pops off, now you got to fucking deal with damage control because you weren't being real from the beginning.
But you made a good point. He defended them to the utmost standards of what a man should do, wink, wink. And even at his darkest hour, they're talking him tooth and nail. But it's funny. It's funny. They're like, you know what? I'm going to pander to women because if I pander to women, they'll like me. No, my friend. You are a guy. You're not on their team. Simple.
Yeah. What he's gonna end up doing is he's gonna end up like he's gonna apologize.
Yeah.
And like in these situations, like apologizing never works. Like it never ever helps.
Yeah.
Like because if you apology is like an admission of guilt, you know, and so he's gonna find that out real quick because that's the kind of team he plays for. He's gonna make an apology, and then they're still gonna come after him. He's gonna lose all his credibility with his female audience, and then lo and behold, I would, like I said, I'm not. If he stops his career as like a left wing influencer, I would not be surprised if he came around to like this way of thinking.
Yeah, I just love how all the Trump naysayers are going down one by one. I just find it hilarious. But if you were Harry, what would you do?
You don't. First of all, you don't apologize.
Okay.
The last thing you do is apologize, and you gotta state your case. It's like I am like, and he won't do this because it's incompatible with his worldview. But you have to be like, look, I'm a somewhat famous male. I get women sliding into my DMs. I was horny. I like a bit of tit. Like that's basically it. Like, and you got to be unapologetic about it. Like, there's nothing wrong with liking women. There's nothing wrong with being sexual. There's nothing wrong with being thirsty here and there. But unfortunately, in today's day and age, a dude in his position's got to learn to be a bit more strategic about it.
Yeah.
Because that's what he was trying to do with Snapchat, but people screenshot Snapchat all the time. Just don't ask for nudes. Don't ever ask for nudes.
Yeah, that's an L.
Yeah, bro.
Just seeing a person.
Yeah, man.
With consent. That's it. All right, we got some more chats here. We got Double D 5000. Myron, there was a 60-minute thing about NJ drones not really being researched by the FFA. They do not know what it is. It's likely from one of their adversaries for spying to taunt us. It's been happening around military bases for over 5 years. I live in New Jersey, I believe, and I still see them every night. It's a huge threat, and will be the way they bypass the ocean to attack our homeland, Iran, China, and Russia. Man, I mean, it's kind of like we'll cover that a little later on.
I was in New Jersey when all that was happening.
Really?
When all the drones and shit were flying over, it was crazy.
So you saw a lot of them.
I didn't actually ever see one like live myself, but when I was in there for a bit, every TikTok that came up on my TikTok feed was people like recording all these drones going over.
But keeping it honest, there's no way they got past any type of like security from the U.S. government without being known. I mean, come on, bro. Like,
yeah,
it's too like weird.
It is a bit weird. I see all these plane, and then all these plane crashes happen not too long after that. Like, there's a lot of like, I'm like very skeptical about flying these days.
Yeah,
I hate it. You know, just because you keep seeing planes fucking falling out of the sky and stuff.
You never know.
Yeah, it's like you got to think like they're just setting you up for like some kind of a false flag attack. Sometimes I don't know. That's the paranoid side of me.
Also, isn't it crazy? There were actual plane failures before, but not recorded and put out there like they are today.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is that? I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, they want to stop. They want to stop people from flying. Maybe I don't know.
Put some fear in them, I guess.
Second chat up here.
Tyler Durden says, Sterling, while you were in the adult industry, what percentage of corn stars were escorting? What'd you say?
And then did you find it strange that the ones that don't, you can pay them to smash on camera, which is literally the same thing. Very ironic. Yep. Person I know when we started OnlyFans just to smash the top performers who don't escort, even though the majority of them do. That's kind of funny, that last thing he says there. That's like a lot of dudes started to do that when OnlyFans started happening, and the girls, like, because it's like, shooting content is basically just code for like hooking up with a mobile phone set up in the room. And when the whole OnlyFans thing started happening, and a lot of girls stopped shooting like mainstream porn, they started shooting like OnlyFans content, whatever. There was a lot of dudes who were like in the adult industry who weren't actually performers, who maybe they were like camera guys, maybe they were like assistants. They started their own OnlyFans so they could do content with these girls. It was quite interesting. They're like, it's like an attack vector for them to like get laid, basically.
Wow.
But this guy's first question was like, what percentage of the girls would do an escorting? Easily 20%. Easily. Yeah, like overt about it, you know? And then there's probably another like 10 to 20% who would do it like on the sly without anyone really knowing. Yeah.
I've seen like a lot of girls, they'll have like email in their bio. So email me, I'm coming to New York.
Yeah.
I'm coming to Vegas. I'm like,
yeah.
Email you for what? Like, what are you being booked for? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I knew a couple of girls who's like they would fly into a city, especially on like the West Coast rather.
Yeah.
And they were basically booked like day and night for like from NBA players and NFL players.
Yeah.
Like that's all, like they would just get booked up. You know, that is their like that's their rent paid for like the next couple months, you know.
I actually know a girl that came on the show, and we're pretty cool. One of our customers actually is a fan of the show.
Nice.
And when she met with him, obviously he paid, of course. He spoke about, I phoned you from Fresh and Fit. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Don't say our name in that bullshit. but you'd be surprised, bro. A lot of corn stars, that's what they do on the side to make extra money.
Oh, completely.
Yeah.
Like they'll make way more. It's kind of like it's part of the business model, really. Like they'll make a lot more in like a weekend or with just one client.
Yeah.
Who's like a whale, right? They'll make way more with one weekend from a whale client than they would
scenes.
for like a week of shooting scenes. Yeah, because they're only making like $1,500 a scene.
Damn, that low?
But a dude will pay them, and that might include them doing anal or whatever. But the dude will pay them like $10,000 or something for like an overnight experience with her because he's just obsessed with her. Yeah,
yeah.
Look, there was this one guy in like LA in the hills, and he would like pay because like one of the male porn stars was like kind of like his agent in a weird way. So he would arrange this client in the Hollywood Hills. He would pay to have like both male and female porn stars rock up to his mansion and just do like a live porno performance for him. And this male porn star was like kind of like the fixer who would like arrange it all the time. Wow, it was super interesting. Like there's a lot of that shit going on.
Well, we talked about this with Coach Greg, like that. Women are monetized nowadays. A lot of them are monetized in some way, whether it's sugar babying, straight up escorting, OnlyFans, Cash App, feet pictures. Like women are able to monetize nowadays off their sexuality to an unknown like unprecedented levels, right? Thanks to internet. And, basically the internet has made it where it's like a global international stripping pole for them to use to monetize their sexuality. Like we've never seen anything like this before. Where a girl literally in Spain, right, can go ahead and talk to a dude in New York City and like arrange something and get paid for it, right? And then the other thing also is that now they can operate with anonymity. So she can strip some days, do OnlyFans, do escorting, also be a sugar baby. Like I've dealt with these girls. They've come on the show a bunch of times where they literally do a combination of all of them. Selling feet pictures to one guy, doing some dancing on the other side. Girls are absolutely able to monetize their sexuality now to unprecedented levels.
And some have boyfriends, husbands, which is insane.
Sometimes they do.
Yeah.
Or, worse yet, they get with a guy and he doesn't know that she used to do this shit. Or she might still be doing this shit.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a clip that went around recently. I know it was a dude that was on the Whatever podcast. Like when I was on the Whatever podcast, his ex was on it and she was like a porn star and did like escorting on the side, did a whole bunch of stuff on the side.
Shit.
And when we were on the show, she said like, I have a boyfriend, I have a husband, a fiance, was actually. And then they had the two of them on the next show or whatever. And now it's been like, a year or two later. And the dude's back on the show. He's like, she cheated on me. She broke up with me. Like she broke it off with me. I'm
the
like,
guy's from the UK?
Why are you surprised? No, this guy was American. This guy was American.
Oh shit.
I'm like, why are you surprised? Like the girl who's like, you're engaged to her and she's doing like escorting on the side. And you're surprised that she like broke it off with you.
Yo.
Like, because he gave like the energy the guy gave off was very like.
Most white guys need to understand this stuff, man. Like there's just some women that you just should not commit to, and that he learned the hard way.
Unfortunately,
right?
Yeah.
Like men got to learn by getting burned a few times that maybe I shouldn't engage with these types of women.
Yeah, it's like, how you say like the average guy should probably sleep with like 50 women to try to kind of understand female nature. Yeah. I don't like. Because a lot of people would probably give you shit for that statement.
Yeah,
right?
A lot of these stupid trad cons
that
don't live in reality.
But I get what you're trying to say when you say that. Like, obviously the number isn't going to be exactly 50 for like every guy.
Of course.
Like some guys like for me, it took more than that.
Yeah.
You know, it took me a lot more than that to try to finally to pattern recognize it, to like get it, and to get rid of my like old blue pill delusional thinking. And other guys, it only takes like a couple.
Yeah.
And they'll get it like a lot quicker. But that's I think that's the goal is like just understand until you can understand true female nature, you're gonna get taken advantage of.
Yep.
You know, and I think the key is when sex no longer has like power,
and that's
over
their
you.
job is to take advantage of you. I think men need to understand this too. Like they can't get mad. Like their job is to extract resources from you, unbeknownst to you, and without you getting anything in return. That's literally what women are designed to do, is extract resources from men. So it's like, don't get mad at them for finessing you. It takes two to finesse. If you don't know better, then you're an idiot.
And it's
You need
still
to figure
purity
this shit
too.
out.
It's still purity first.
Yeah.
I'm an angel, no past at all. Wife me up. But little do you know, she's the OnlyFans and squirting on the side.
Bro, you take
before
an
you.
average 21-year-old chick versus an average 21-year-old guy, bro. She's running laps around that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Bro. Like she's getting way more attention, way more dudes, probably more partners. Like not even close.
Just way more social. She's way more socialized.
Yeah.
That's it. Like the reason she's able to do that is because she's just had way more social experience and way more sexual attention.
Yep.
So like she's just learned the game at like 16, 18.
You know what's
Yeah.
scary? So I got a friend.
Versus you're getting in the game maybe at 18 or 21.
Exactly.
Yeah, you mentioned
30.
You mentioned like 18, right? So by 18, they're actually learning about sugar sites. So they get on apps at 18 years old, and then their friends are saying, "Hey, hop on this app. This guy will pay your rent, whatever, pay whatever you want." And that's the norm from 18
Bro, we
year
had
old
a chick on our
nowadays.
show. She walked the stage for a high school graduation and was on OnlyFans, and she threw money up in the air when she got her diploma.
Yeah, the blonde girl from
Yeah.
Ohio.
And
something
she
like
was literally on OnlyFans as a high school student, bro. Hey, she turned 18 because the middle of her senior year, and then when she graduated, she literally threw money up in the air.
It's nuts. I've seen stories about girls going like talking to their like career counselor, and they're like, "What are you gonna do?" And they're leaving high school, and they're like, "I'm gonna do OnlyFans," because that's all they see. That's all they see. They see these stories about
Yeah.
girls making millions and millions of dollars. Meanwhile, the average creator makes $200 a month.
Yep.
Across the board. It's like telling girls, like telling young girls especially, like, oh, you're gonna make millions on OnlyFans, is like telling every black kid in inner city Chicago that he's gonna make it to the NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's complete horseshit.
Yeah, it's not happening.
It's not happening.
And and when you look at like the biggest female creators that make the most money, all of them sexualize themselves. Almost all of them.
Yeah.
Whether it's someone that's doing softcore shit like Pokimane, or doing full-on pornography or OnlyFans like Amaranth or whatever. Like all these girls that make a bunch of money, they're all sexualizing themselves to some level to make the money. Very few actually make it off of their brain.
Even
Very few.
Amaranth said that she wouldn't recommend girls to start now because you won't make a lot of money.
Well,
Yeah.
it's saturated.
Yeah.
It's that market is totally saturated.
Yeah.
You have to do, in order for you to even break through, you have to do something extreme,
Bonnie Blue.
like a Bonnie Blue, like a Lily Phillips, just to break through. Like the
monotony.
All the
zeitgeist.
noise.
Yeah, to break through all the noise, to get attention.
Yeah.
You have to do something extraordinary. I don't know what's going to happen next. What are we going to do? Where could it possibly go next?
5,000 guys. What
Some
the
wild,
fuck,
man.
bro.
But,
1,000's crazy.
I mean, yeah, like we have unprecedented levels of whoredom nowadays, and we promote that. Like I can't tell you how many girls, like, oh yeah, I dropped out of college to do OnlyFans, or I was a lawyer and I dropped out of only. Like it's like completely socially acceptable to let women operate like whores, like and with zero impunity. Because look, let's be honest, the rest of the internet, they don't give a shit. They encourage this bullshit.
Yeah.
Right. I think like the manosphere, the red pill in general, we're like the last stand
Line of defense.
against this fucking bullshit that's going on, right? And obviously everyone relentlessly attacks us for it. Oh, you guys are misogynist, you guys are chauvinistic, you guys are assholes, you guys are sexist. But like honestly, like we're protecting you dumbasses from yourself, because if we let this continue to happen, right? Some dumb 18-year-old girl thinks this is a fast way for me to make money, and then I can like, kind of pivot and find a man in the future. No, you can't. Like you're cooked. And I don't think a lot of these women understand the serious ramifications and consequences of doing this shit.
Yeah, it's coming to bite a lot of them in the ass.
Yeah.
That's for certain. Like you talk to a lot of girls who are trying to get out of it and trying to find a husband, and it's like, why won't these guys take me seriously? They'll try to be sneaky about it, and then like their mother or their sister or a friend will accidentally dob them in and reveal to the guy, oh, she used to do OnlyFans, she used to do like out and have sex on camera and stuff, and it's just like
Here's
just
my
creates
theory, bro.
problems, man.
My theory, they're going to. My theory is that we're going to see more women on antidepressant medication. We're going to see more women single. We're going to see more women sad and lonely than ever before in the next 20 years, because obviously, we have this OnlyFans and sex worker culture that we have for women, right? And it's out in the open. Women have been doing this shit forever, finessing dudes, but now it's like encouraged and openly out there on the internet.
Right.
We are going to see the ramifications of this in the next 20 to 30 years.
Yeah.
So Sterling, I know you've dealt with probably a lot of stars in industry, high level, low level, but I've seen from people I've been around that they're depressed. They make a lot of money, but they're single. Guys always come in and out. It's like a rotating door, and they can't find a husband or boyfriend. I think the solution maybe is too far gone, but can they ever be saved, bro? You think?
Well, like I know a lot of girls who've come out of the industry, not a lot, but I know a handful at least, who've come out of the industry and are kind of in a situation like me, where it's like a retired repenting sort of situation. And they're actually doing really good. They're doing great. Like the ones who kind of look back on it with and are like, you know what, we shouldn't be doing this. You know, like I know one girl who she was like one of the first girls to ever do like the whole stepmom thing, like literally shot one of the first ever like stepmom stepson genre scenes or whatever, and she was like, what the fuck is this bullshit? And now she was like a typecast as a MILF for like her whole career or whatever, and now she helps other ex-porn stars get out and find a new career. You know, and I know a couple of girls who are doing something similar to that, and it's like they're doing great. They're actually like their husbands are like they've got a guy in their life. They're like, a lot of them have converted to Christianity, but then you've got this like there's a bunch of women who are like kind of on their way out, or they can't. They've always got like one foot in the door.
Yeah, still.
You know, and it looks like they're having a rougher time. It typically looks like they're having a bit of a rougher time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sad, but they chose that path.
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, I feel for these people. Like they're like a lot of these were my colleagues.
They want love too, man.
Yeah, and they're not bad. They're not bad people. You know, I don't want.
Yeah.
I want to make that pretty clear. Like all these girls that a lot of dudes will like shit on them for being like sluts and whores and whatever. Like they're actually really lovely. You know, they're genuine. They're like to fuck.
Misguided.
They like to fuck, and they're misguided about like, you know, like this being a career with zero consequences.
Yeah. I think that's the
Definitely.
big thing is they're aloof to like the serious consequences that are coming their way, and they don't learn it until it's too late.
Yeah, I mean, man, I think society needs sluts. So like you need.
Well, it's all this profession for a reason, right?
Like you need sluts in a society, right? Because like not every young guy is going to be able to like find a wife like straight away, you know, and like there's that male urge to procreate and stuff, and guys, you know, if a guy's got a little bit of experience, he's typically more attractive and stuff like that. But a society that is just all sluts, or a society that pedestalizes sluts and tries to make everybody a slut and monetize it, it throws the balance off. You know, so in the same way that if you can't have a society that's just all playboys.
Yeah.
Right? You can't. It doesn't work.
Wouldn't work, yeah.
It would never work. To have a functioning society, it's not possible. You know, we need stable families to build a goddamn society.
Yeah.
You know, so it's the balance is off. And like there have always been promiscuous women. It's like I don't like this like people try to, especially traditional conservatives, try to paint this sort of picture of like, you know, like the baby boomer generation or whatever being these like
Saints.
perfect moral saints.
Yeah.
They weren't, bro. I know them. I talk like back home, like I talk to like, you know, relatives who are in their 70s and stuff. They were dogs, bro. They were dogs, but they just got away with it.
Yeah,
because there was no social media.
No cameras, really?
Yeah, they sort of they did it on the sly. You know, they had like even here in America, there's all these stories of dudes with like a family in a different town.
Well, people are finding out like Martin Luther King was doing all this shit.
Exactly.
Right? Like
With the snow bunnies.
you know, so
Let's go.
like you know what I mean? Like this guy that was the leader of the fucking, you know,
Let's go,
the civil
man.
rights era, and he's over here, you know, having a dream, aka smashing these hoes. So it's like, you know, dude, yeah, no, absolutely happened back then. It's just that they were about there was a degree of shame, so women were able to keep it behind closed doors for obvious reasons. But yeah, there's been 304s no matter what, always.
Yeah, it always will be there, and it's just a case of like, how much do we glorify this shit versus how much do we I mean,
yeah. Now it's socially accepted and it's
very much so.
glorified,
Very
right?
much
But
so.
like back then, it still existed. It's just that it was shamed.
Yeah, and add on top of that, like the fact that motherhood isn't necessarily like glorified, or at least like married motherhood, like non-single motherhood.
Yeah.
Or actually, you could say single motherhood is very much glorified.
It is, yeah.
But like
They get to celebrate Father's Day. That's how crazy
right,
it is.
right. The stable family with like a loving, you know, mother and father.
Is the nuclear family still alive and well in Spain? It's dead here.
In Spain, it definitely is.
Okay,
it
good.
definitely is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's dead here, bro.
Like Spain's a very, very Catholic country, very traditional. Spain's a weird one because they're like there are actually quite a lot of feminists in Spain, and they're very liberal sexually, but there's the family unit still stays together. Like people still live at home and stuff quite a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're still a bit more traditional than we are here.
Yes, way more. Way more traditional.
Way more?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Because I wasn't sure, because I was like, damn, Spain is like, a socialist country, still first world.
Yeah.
So obviously it's going to have the issues with feminism and liberalism.
Yeah, but I think the strong Catholic background kind of keeps all that together.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, religion helps avoid a lot of fucking problems, bro.
Oh yeah, bro. Like it's
Solves a lot of issues.
yeah, it's I don't know if it's like the structure of the religion. I don't know if it's just the fact that the family goes to church together and the family bonds like that, or if it's the community aspect, or if it's the shame aspect. I'm not sure. I can't quite
Probably
put my
all
finger
of
on
them
which it is,
together.
but it's all these things together, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely all together. What do we got here? What's up next? Myron, what are your thoughts on... Oh, God, man. Stu, ask the question again. You want to answer that one?
Oh, answer your thoughts.
I already gave my thoughts. I was like, bro, I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, well, let's just say it's a lot of fun. I love it.
All right.
Fresh updates. I don't know what he said, but it was kind of bad, probably.
That was emoji?
Oh, cool.
Okay. What else? Oh, another one came in? All right.
And then you stand for after hours, right? With the girls?
Oh, we're doing after hours.
Yeah, I mean, if you
Oh,
want
cool. Yeah.
it. Yeah, might as well.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Fresh. A lot of critics, your critics, would minimize if you got jacked. People project a lot and love to hate. A lingering podcast would smack where you just rate the girls physically and not get checked.
I think he means lingerie.
Lingerie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe he means a lingerie podcast where you just got all the girls here in lingerie.
I mean, okay, it's kind of like different, but okay. I mean, shit.
Maybe I'm reading that.
It's an
Maybe I'm
idea.
reading that wrong. Maybe that's not
It's an
right.
idea, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know if that's...
That'll get you demonetized again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't...
Faster than anything else.
I don't... What was he trying... Was that a misspelling or was he serious?
I think it's misspelling, probably. One suit senpai, I don't know what you mean, bro, but probably, okay? Okay.
Yeah, well, where you would smack where you just rate the girls physically. I think that's what he's. I think that's what he's saying.
Oh.
You know?
Well, I'll just say they got no ass. But
Yeah,
that's
we
what I would
spelled it
say.
wrong.
I work for my sponsor.
Go ahead, you got it first.
All right. Can I get some coffee real quick? If you're still drinking weak corporate coffee, you're doing life wrong. 1775 coffee is for men, who actually stand for something bold, strong, and unapologetically American. It's the official coffee of Rumble, roasted fresh, no pun intended. None of that woke ESG garbage, whole bean ground, or pods. However you brew it, it hits hard. Go to 1775coffee.com, use code FRESH for 15% off, and every dollar enters you to win a Cybertruck and 30K cash. Be a man, get real coffee, 1775 Coffee, support us, support Rumble, see you there.
All right. I'm trying to think anything else or...
I got nothing.
All right. I mean, yeah, we'll
After
just set up
hours?
for after hours
Yeah.
for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast, man. We're gonna be back. Probably it's 9:30 right now. We'll be back
10:15?
10:15ish, 10:30ish, and we'll have after hours for you guys. And it's gonna be a good time, guys. So we see you back here, right here, Fresh and Fit, guys, in about an hour. Peace.
Peace.